Poor deaf girl signed to a single dad. He won't stop following me. What he did shocked everyone. Intro hook. Imagine being 8 years old, unable to hear a single sound, standing alone in a crowded park while everyone around you laughs, talks, and lives in a world you can't fully reach. Now imagine a stranger noticing you, not with pity, not with awkwardness, but with a smile so warm it feels like the sun came out just for you. That's exactly where this story begins, and I promise you, by the time it ends, you'll never look at a stranger the same way again. This is a story about a little girl named Lily, a single dad named Marcus, and a moment of pure, unexpected kindness that changed both of their lives forever. Get your tissues ready, because this one is going to hit you right in the heart. Subscribe segment. Before we dive in, if stories like this move you, inspire you, or remind you that the world still has so much good in it, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and join our family here at Heartfelt Moments. Give this video a thumbs up and drop a comment below telling us about a time someone's kindness surprised you. We read every single one. Now, let's get into this beautiful story. Main story. It was a Saturday afternoon in a small town just outside of Columbus, Ohio. Riverside Park was alive with the sounds of summer, children laughing, dogs barking, the distant hum of an ice cream truck rolling down the path. Marcus, a 34-year-old electrician and single father of 2 boys, had brought his kids to the park to burn off some energy. He was sitting on a bench, scrolling through his phone, when something out of the corner of his eye made him pause. A little girl, maybe 7 or 8 years old, was sitting alone near the fountain. She had braids with little yellow beads at the ends, a pink backpack sitting next to her, and her eyes were scanning the crowd with an expression that Marcus later described as quietly lost. She wasn't crying, she wasn't panicking, but something about her stillness in the middle of all that noise made his chest tighten. He looked around for a parent, a guardian, anyone who seemed connected to her. Nobody came. A few minutes passed. Still nothing. Marcus stood up, told his older son to watch his little brother, and walked over to the girl. He crouched down to her level and smiled. "Hey there, are you okay? Are you here with someone?" The girl looked at him. She didn't respond with words. Instead, she brought her hands up and began to move them, quickly, expressively, fluently. She was signing. Marcus didn't know American Sign Language. He had never learned it. He looked at her hands, looked at her face, and in that moment, he did something that most people in that situation would not have done. He didn't walk away. He didn't look around helplessly and hope someone else would handle it. He pulled out his phone, opened a translation app, held it up, and pointed to it as if to say, "Talk to me. Let's figure this out together." The girl's eyes lit up slightly. She typed slowly into the app. "I can't find my grandma. I've been waiting a long time." Marcus typed back. "What's your name?" "Lily." "Okay, Lily, I'm Marcus. I'm going to help you find her. Don't worry." He sat down beside her on the grass, not standing over her, not rushing her, just sitting with her, at her level, in her world. His boys came over, curious, and Marcus quickly explained that Lily was deaf and needed their help. His younger son, who was 6, immediately plopped down beside Lily and started making funny faces at her. She smiled for the first time. It was small, but it was real. Marcus called the park's information center and stayed on the bench with Lily while staff began looking for her grandmother. About 20 minutes later, a frantic elderly woman came rushing across the grass, her hand pressed to her chest, tears streaming down her face. The moment she saw Lily safe and sitting beside this stranger and his 2 children, she let out a sob of relief so deep it made everyone nearby turn to look. Lily jumped up and ran to her grandmother, signing rapidly. The grandmother, whose name was Dorothy, looked over Lily's shoulder at Marcus with wet eyes and pressed her hand to her heart. Later, as Dorothy composed herself, she explained through Lily's signing that Lily's mother had passed away 2 years earlier. Lily had grown up in silence not just from her deafness, but from loss. She had become withdrawn, cautious around strangers, slow to trust. But something about Marcus, the way he didn't flinch, didn't leave, didn't make her feel like a burden, had gotten through to her. Dorothy told Marcus that on the walk back to the car, Lily had signed to her grandmother, "He won't stop following me." Marcus laughed when Dorothy told him, thinking the little girl had meant it as a complaint. But Dorothy shook her head. "No," she said, smiling through her tears. She meant it as a comfort. She couldn't believe that someone stayed. That hit Marcus like a wave. He drove home that evening quieter than usual. His boys asked him why he was so silent, and he told them, "Sometimes the kindest thing you can do for someone is just not leave." That one moment didn't just matter to Lily. Marcus went home and signed up for a beginner's ASL class at the local community center. He brought his boys with him. 3 months later, he could hold a basic conversation in sign language. He even volunteered at a summer program for deaf children in his city, and yes, Lily was one of the students. 2 strangers, 1 park bench, 1 person who chose to stay instead of walk away, and a little girl who learned, on a warm Saturday afternoon, that the world was not as silent and cold as she had come to believe. Closing. Kindness doesn't always look like grand gestures or viral moments. Sometimes it looks like sitting down on the grass next to a child who can't hear you, and finding a way to say, "I see you. I'm here. You're not alone." You never know what someone is carrying. You never know what a single moment of choosing to stay, to help, to show up, can mean to a person whose world has felt very, very quiet. So today, wherever you are, look around. There may be someone nearby who just needs to know that a stranger cares. Be that person. The world needs more of it, and so do they.